Evening everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is explore yourselves, banking and general knowledge, etc. Today I am going to describe about poultry development scheme for financing to poultry sector, the product offered by Bank of India. Introduction. In many parts of the country, poultry farming has become one of the fastest growing agricultural activities. From small villages to developing towns, poultry farming supports nutrition, employment, and local business growth. However, many poultry units often face challenges such as lack of capital, rising feed costs, limited infrastructure, and shortage of working funds. To support this important sector, Bank of India introduced the Poultry Development Scheme, designed to provide financial assistance for poultry-related activities with easy access, lower interest rates, and flexible funding support. The scheme aims to encourage the establishment and expansion of poultry farms and related units by offering loans suited to different scales of operations. Whether it is a small broiler setup or a large hatchery project, the scheme creates opportunities for growth and modernizations in the poultry industry. The beginning of expansion. Ac- Across agricultural regions, demand for eggs, chicken, processed poultry products, and hatchery services continued to rise steadily. Poultry units that once operated on a very small scale started looking for better sheds, modern feeding systems, improved breeding facilities, and stronger infrastructure. At the same time, many poultry operators require financial assistance not only for setting up farms but also for managing daily operational expenses such as feed purchase, medicines, electricity, transportations, and maintenance. Traditional funding options were often difficult because of collateral requirements or higher borrowing costs. The Poultry Development Scheme emerged as supportive financial solutions for the sector, with features such as low interest rates and collateral-free loans up to Rs 2 lakh. The scheme became a practical option for many poultry-related enterprises seeking organized growth. Supporting different poultry activities. The scheme was designed to cover a wide range of poultry-related activities. Financial support became available for establishing or expanding layer farms, broiler farms, hatcheries, and production cum processing units. This widened the scope of development across the poultry industry. Breeding and farming of parent birds for both layer and broiler categories also became eligible under the scheme. Even specialized activities such as grandparent bird farming, pure line breeding, and feed mixing plans were included. This broad coverage encouraged integrated poultry development instead of isolated small operations. The availability of finance for different poultry segments helped create a stronger supply chain. Hatcheries supported farms, feed units supported bird nutrition, and processing units improved market value. The entire ecosystem gradually moved toward better organizations and efficiency. Financial flexibility for growth. One of the major strengths of the scheme was flexibility. In funding, loans were provided based on the unit cost fixed by district level technical committees or according to the individual project cost. This allowed projects to be assessed according to their actual financial requirements rather than fixed generic amounts. The scheme also provided support through working capital finance and term loans or demand loans for miscellaneous purposes. This combination helped poultry units manage both long-term expansions and short-term operational needs. For many growing poultry businesses, working capital played a crucial role. Feed procurement, vaccination schedules, labor payments, and transportation costs often required immediate liquidity. The scheme addressed these concerns by ensuring that poultry activities did not suffer because of temporary financial shortages. Post processing and timely support. Another important aspect of the scheme was its structured turnaround time system. Timely loan processing is extremely important in poultry farming because the business often depends on seasonal cycles, feed availability, and market demand. Under the scheme, loans up to Rs 10 lakh had a processing timeline of 7 business days. Loans above 10 lakh to Rs 5 crore had a timeline of 14 business days. Loans above rupees 5 crore had a timeline of 30 business days. The processing period was counted from the date of receipt of the complete applications. This structured timeline brought confidence and planning stability to poultry entrepreneurs and business units. Quick financial approval helped projects avoid delays in construction, bird procurement, hatchery setup, or infrastructure development. Time-sensitive decisions become easier with a predictable loan processes. Encouraging rural and agricultural development. The Poultry Development Scheme also played an indirect role in strengthening rural economies. Poultry farming supports multiple associated activities such as feed supply, transportation, veterinary services, equipment manufacturing, packaging, and retail distribution. As poultry operations expanded, local employment opportunities also increased. Rural areas witnessed gradual economic movement through poultry-linked businesses. Small farmers and agricultural groups found an additional income source alongside traditional farming activities. The inclusion of SHGs, JLGs, cooperative societies, partnership farms, FPOs, FPCs, companies, and proprietorship concerns widened participations in the sector. The scheme recognized that poultry development can happen through both individual effort and collective agricultural initiatives. Eligibility and preparedness. The scheme required applicants to maintain proper documentations and preparedness before applying. KYC documents such as identity proof and address proof are necessary. Proof of landholding and adequate knowledge or training in poultry activities are also important. This requirement encouraged more organized and planned poultry development rather than unstructured expansion. Experience and infrastructural facilities were considered important because poultry farming requires proper management, hygiene, disease control, and feeding systems. Collateral security was required for loans above rupees 2 lakh, while smaller loans remained collateral free. This feature particularly helped small poultry operators who needed initial support but did not possess large assets for security. Building confidence in the poultry sector. As awareness about the scheme spread, more poultry related activities started moving toward formal banking support. Organized finance often improves business discipline, financial planning, and long term sustainability. The availability of institutional support also encouraged modernizations, better sheds, automated feeding systems, improved ventilations, scientific breeding practices, and processing facilities became more achievable with financial backing. Over time, poultry development became more than just a farming activity. It evolved into a structured agribusiness sector connected with food supply, nutrition employment, generations, and rural economic growth. Conclusions. The Poultry Development Scheme by Bank of India represents a focused effort to strengthen the poultry sector through accessible and structured financial support. By offering low interest rates, collateral free assistance for smaller loans, working capital facilities, and project based funding, the scheme supports growth across various poultry activities. From broiler farms and hatcheries to feed plants and breeding units, the scheme encourages modernizations and expansion throughout the poultry industry. With clear eligibility criteria and faster loan processing timelines, it provides an organized pathway for poultry sector development. As demand for poultry products continues to grow, such financial initiatives can contribute significantly toward agricultural diversification, rural development, and long-term economic progress. Disclaimer: this story style write-up is created for general informational and educational purposes only. Loan features, eligibility criteria, interest rates, collateral requirements, and processing timelines may change as per the policies of Bank of India and applicable banking regulations. Readers are advised to verify all details directly from the official bank sources or authorized bank representatives before making any financial decisions or applying for a loan scheme. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, subscribe, and share.